Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So I want to talk about the Libyan slave trade that's been going on for the past few weeks. It just really been big on the news, and it's sad that no black people are just really talking about it. There's been no call to arms. There's been no pressure on the government to do something about it, to intervene in this situation. Because the American government stick their noses in everybody's business, but why not this, for one? And second of all, let's be honest, black people. Had this been a country in Europe selling Africans, we would have been up in arms. There would have been GoFundMes. There would have been black people trying to fly over there. There would have been all these types of things going on to fix this situation. But because it is us doing this to ourselves, there's crickets. There's crickets. Folks are hypocrites. You'll say any and everything, white people this, white people that, but when it comes to something that we're doing to ourselves, there's nothing being said about it. Like, how is this happening? And we're not doing anything about it. This is our responsibility. Black people, we're doing this to ourselves. And then some people won't even acknowledge that there's other black people doing it. They're saying it's the Arab slave trade. Of course, you have Arabs and Middle Easterns involved in it, but it is Africans selling other Africans in Libya. And what are we doing to stop it? Every black YouTuber should be posting videos about this. Every so-called woke protester should be opening their mouth and pointing out this injustice, but it's not happening. Why are we so quiet every time we're doing something wrong? We never wanted to acknowledge when it's us. And you're seeing that right now. Look at the typical crew who normally says things, or who's always out there saying things about the white community and the atrocities of slavery and racism that's going on. And why aren't you saying anything about the slavery that's going on in Libya? Because it's Africans selling other Africans. Huh? Why is it, people are post memes saying, why are you black and Christian? Why do you have the white man's religion? But you're not going to acknowledge the fact it's
watch out, vehicle stopped
a
on
white
shoulder
man's
ahead.
religion, but the savior is a black Jewish man. Why is it that you don't point out, the fact that when Arabs were enslaving, when Muslims were enslaving black people, they wouldn't teach them Islam, so they wouldn't feel guilty about enslaving them because they didn't believe in enslaving other Muslims. You don't want to talk about the Muslim slave trade. You don't want to talk about the black slave trade when people of color are doing things against other people of color. We are too quiet. We only want to point out what white people are doing. We too quiet. We are too quiet. We don't want to say anything. We don't want to hold each other accountable. You want to sweep things under the rug. You want to act like you want to keep it a secret. But why aren't we holding each other accountable for this? Why aren't we saying things? You know what, government, you need to do something about this. Especially American government that profited off of slavery. We should be doing something. We should be doing something. America stick their noses in everybody else's business. They can go over to Libya. They can send some troops over there to Libya. They can open their borders and accept refugees, people trying to escape slavery.
Watch out, object on road ahead.
Because it's just a complete madhouse over there because there was a change in power, and now it's lunacy. Oh my God, this big thing in the road. It's crazy. It is crazy, and we're not saying anything about it. How long are we going to keep quiet about this stuff when black people are the ones doing it? How long are we going to keep quiet about it? I'm so serious, y'all. It is ridiculous that we're not holding ourselves accountable. That we're not saying anything. That we're not trying to affect change and create a solution for this. We should be doing something. We should be opening our mouths. We should be speaking out. We should be drawing more attention to it, because it seems like the only time black people care about slavery is when white people were doing it to us. We're not saying there's slavery going on right now in Libya. Pictures of black people with guns holding other black people hostage in chains. I saw a picture. They had 3 men chained together, but their feet were up in the air and they had their hands on the ground holding themselves up like animals, like something that they hunted. And how we're treating ourselves like trash, just like being a cannibal. We're destroying each other and we're not saying anything about it. We're just gonna ignore it. When are you gonna say anything? Come on. Every single black YouTuber, every black person on Instagram, Facebook, we ought to be talking about it. We shouldn't keep this quiet. Y'all, I mean, come on. What are we gonna do? I think everybody, if you got a YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, tweet, Snapchat, spread the word. Do anything. Open your mouths. We have to say something. We can't just keep pointing the finger talking about racism when we won't address the issues in our own house. Yes, we do need to address the racism that's going on in here in America, but we can't. Why aren't we saying anything about Libya and other countries? Because it's not just in Libya. It's in Libya big time, yeah, but they're selling little girls all the time. We talked about the slave trade, let's talk about the sex trade. It's happening. Women and kids being sold in Africa. They still have child marriage in Africa. Well, a father sell his daughter for some ghost to a 50-year-old man and she's 10 years old. It's happening in Africa. Matter of fact, child marriage is still legal in all 50 states in the United States of America. Did you know that? But why aren't we saying anything? Black people, this is us. This is our job to address this issue, to cause more attention to it. This is our job. We can't just keep calling out the racism that's at home, but our ancestral home is being destroyed by us. Those are our brothers and sisters over there doing this. That's our family over there doing this, and we're over here and it's crickets. It's silence. They're not saying anything about what's happening. So, y'all, I can't. Leave your comments down below. Drop your suggestions. Share this video. Subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Most importantly, just share the word. You ain't got to share this video, but share the word. Don't talk about it. Cause a dialogue to go back and forth. Do anything to bring more attention to this situation, because we can't sit quiet on this. Especially the descendants of African Americans, we know our ancestors went through slavery. We know, my father grew up segregated. So we know firsthand the effects that this has generationally down the line. We see it now. We're living it now. So we cannot keep quiet about this. So let's do the work.